Hi and welcome to a new tech stuff episode on my channel. Today I'm going to talk about a wingtip modification I did, which you can use for mounting smoke grenades or other stuff like cams or whatever you want to mount on your glider wingtip. The glider I modified is my MDM-1 Fox from Royal model, which has a wingspan of 2.2 meters. First step was to cut out the aura cover on the wingtips on both sides, just to have a look at the wingtip, what the solution should be to modify the wingtip that it works for fixing any stuff like the smoke grenades. Second step was the solution of what materials I use and what do I install to fix any mounts on the wingtip. So I decided to use balsa wood to fill up the holes on the wingtip, or most of the space on the wingtip. I took some aluminium spacers from a race drone, which have M3 hole for screws. I just cut down the balsa wood parts that they fit into the space on the wingtips. Then I used some grease to save the spacers from epoxy, which I used to fix the whole parts in the wingtip. I put some grease on the screws and put the screws into the spacers. That just made sure that no epoxy went into the spacers, which would make it impossible to put the screw inside the spacer. I decided to use 10 minutes epoxy to fill up the gaps between the parts and the wingtip. The reason why I used 10-minute epoxy is pretty simple. 5-minute epoxy is too fast and I needed some time to put the parts in the perfect position. And the 10-minute epoxy also is a little bit thinner, so it will fill up better the gaps between the parts than if you use 5-minute epoxy. On this picture, the parts are already put in their right position. The parts are already glued and all the gaps are filled up with epoxy, so everything is fixed well. The next step is to cover up the wingtip. Here you can see the finished wingtip, which is already covered with aura cover. And what I really like on this solution is that you only have two small 3mm holes, which gives you the space to put in M3 screws into the two spacers. And that's all what you can see about for this mounting solution if you don't put anything on your wingtip. These are the smoke grenades I decided to use for my glider, and as you can see, not the whole length is needed because a third of the length is just empty. So I decided to cut them down so they will fit the wingtip better than if I use the whole length of the grenade. Then I was looking for a solution for the mount for the grenade. And I just found a pretty simple solution. This is a package of magnesium pill you can buy on every supermarket. As you can see, they perfectly wrap the grenade, so I just had to cut them down to the right size, drill two 3mm holes in the right distance between these two holes, and put in the grenade and try to how they will fit on the wingtip. To make the mount look a little bit nicer, I decided to cover it with aura cover, self-adhesive foil in white, just to make it look a bit better. As you can see on these two pictures, it's mounted pretty well. What you also can do is also wrap the grenade itself in white or whatever color you prefer, just to make it look a bit nicer. And to fix it additional, I will do some tape around the open space of the package, of the pill package, just to fix the grenade pretty well on the mount, that they won't move around during the aerobatics flight. So that's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, give me a thumb up, subscribe, comment, share, and as always, happy flying. Bye bye.